Hey everyone, welcome back to Arfi Tutorials. I am Arfat Khan. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notification so you don't miss any of my latest content. In today's video, we are going to learn about OSI model. Let's dive right in. What is the OSI model? OSI stands for Open System Interconnection is a reference model that describes how information from a software application in one computer move through a physical medium to the software application in another computer. OSI consists of 7 layers and each layer perform a particular network function. OSI model was developed by the International Organization for Standardization in 1984 and it is now considered as an architectural model for the intercomputer communication. OSI model divides the whole task into 7 smaller and manageable tasks. Each layer is assigned a particular task. Each layer is self-contained so that tasks assigned to each layer can be performed independently. The OSI model is divided into two layers, upper layer and lower layer. The upper layer of the OSI model mainly deals with the application related issues and they are implemented only in the software. The application layer is closest to the end user. Both the end user and the application layer interact with the software application. An upper layer refers to the layer just above another layer. The lower layer of the OSI model deals with the data transport issues. The data link layer and the physical layer are implemented in hardware and software. The physical layer is the lowest layer of the OSI model and is closest to the physical medium. The physical layer is mainly responsible for placing the information on the physical medium. So let's start with the physical layer. The main function of the physical layer is to transmit the individual bits from one node to another node. It is the lowest layer of the OSI model. It establishes, maintains, and deactivates the physical connection. It specifies the mechanical, electrical, and procedural network interface specifications. Function of a physical layer. First, line configuration. It defines the way how two or more devices can be connected physically. Second, data transmission. It defines the transmission mode, whether it is simplex, half duplex, or full duplex mode between two devices on the network. Third, topology. It defines the way how network devices are arranged. Fourth, it determines the type of the signal used for transmitting the information. Data link layer. This layer is responsible for the error-free transfer of data frames. It defines the format of the data on the network. It provides a reliable and efficient communication between two or more devices. It is mainly responsible for the unique identification of each device that resides on a local network. It consists of two sublayers. One, logical link control layer. It is responsible for transferring the packets to the network layer of the receiver that is receiving. It identifies the address of the network layer protocol from the header. It also provides flow control. Second, media access control layer. A media access control layer is a link between the logical link control layer and the network physical layer. It is used for transferring the packets over the network. Functions of the data link layer. Framing. The data link layer translates the physical raw bit stream into packets known as frames. The data link layer adds the header and the trailer to the frame. The header, which is added to the frame, contains the hardware destination and source address. Second, physical addressing. The data link layer adds a header to the frame that contains a destination address. The frame is transmitted to the destination address mentioned in the header. Third, flow control. Flow control is the main functionality of the data link layer. It is a technique through which the constant data rate is maintained on both the sides so that no data get corrupted. It ensures that the transmission station, such as the server with higher processing speed, does not exceed the receiving station with lower processing speed. Fourth, error control. Error control is achieved by adding a calculated value CRC, that is cyclic redundancy check, that is placed to the data link layer trailer, which is added to the message frame before it is sent to the physical layer. If any error seems to occur, then the receiver sends the acknowledgement for the retransmission of the corrupted frames. Fifth, access control. When two or more devices are connected to the same communication channel, then the data link layer protocol are used to determine which device has control over the link at a given time. Network layer. It is a layer 3 that manage device addressing, track the location of device on the network. It determines the best path to move data from source to the destination based on the network condition, the priority of service, and other factor. The data link layer is responsible for routing and forwarding the packets. Router are the layer 3 device. They are specified in this layer and used to provide the routing service with an inter-network. The protocol used to route the network traffic are known as network layer protocol. Examples of protocol are IP, V4 and V6. Function of network layer. First, inter-networking. It is main responsibility of the network layer. It provides a logical connection between different devices. Second, addressing. A network layer adds the source and the destination address to the header of the frame. Addressing is used to identify the device on the internet. Routing. Routing is a major component of the network layer and it determines the best optimal path out for the multiple path from source to the destination. Fourth, packetization. A network layer receives the packet from the upper layer and convert them into packets. This processing is known as packetization. It is achieved by IP. Transport layer. The transport layer is the layer 4. Ensure that messages are transmitted in the order in which they are sent and there is no duplication of data. The main responsibility of the transport layer is to transfer the data completely. It receives the data from the upper layer and convert them into smaller units known as segments. This layer can be termed as an end-to-end layer as it provides a point-to-point connection between source and destination to deliver the data reliably. The two protocols used in this layer are TCP and UDP. TCP, it is a standard protocol that allow the system to communicate over the internet. It establish and maintain a connection between hosts. When data is sent over the TCP connection, then the TCP protocol divide the data into smaller units known as segment. Each segment travel over the internet using multiple routes and they arrived in different orders at the destination. The transmission control protocol reorder the packet in the correct order at the receiving end. User datagram protocol. User datagram protocol is a transport layer protocol. It is an unreliable transport protocol as in this case receiver does not send any acknowledgement when the packet is received. The sender does not wait for any acknowledgement. Therefore, this make a protocol unreliable. Functions of transport layer. First, service point addressing. Computers run several programs simultaneously. Due to this reason, the transmission of data from source to the destination not only from one computer to another computer but also from one process to another process. The transport layer add the header that contain the address known as the service point address or port address. The responsibility of the network layer is to transmit the data from one computer to another computer, and the responsibility of the transport layer is to transmit the message to the correct process. Second, segmentation and reassembly. When the transport layer receives the message from the upper layer, it divides the message into multiple segments, and each segment is assigned with a sequence number that uniquely identify each segment. When the message has arrived at the destination, then the transport layer reassemble the message based on their sequence number. Connection control. Transport layer provide two services: connection oriented service and connectionless service. A connectionless service treat each segment as an individual packet and they all travel in different routes to reach the destination. A connection-oriented service make a connection with the transport layer at the destination machine before delivering the packets. In connection-oriented service, all packets travel in the single route. 4. Flow control. The transport layer also responsible for flow control, but it is performed end to end rather than across a single link. Fifth, error control. The transport layer is responsible for error control. Error control is performed end to end rather than across the single link. The sender transport layer ensure that the message reach at the destination without any error. Session layer. The session layer is used to establish, maintain and synchronize the interaction between communicating device. Function of session layer. First, dialog control. Session layer act as a dialog controller that creates a dialogue between two processes, or we can say that it allows the communication between two processes which can be either half duplex or full duplex. Second, synchronization. Session layer add some checkpoint when transmitting the data in a sequence. If some error occur in the middle of the transmission of data, Then the transmission will take place again from the checkpoint. This process is known as synchronization and recovery. Presentation layer. A presentation layer is mainly concerned with the syntax and semantics of the information exchanged between the two systems. It acts as a data translator for a network. This layer is a part of the operating system that converts the data from one presentation format to another format. The presentation layer is also known as the syntax layer. Function of presentation layer. The processes in two systems exchange the information in the form of character string, numbers, and so on. Different computer uses different encoding methods. The presentation layer handle the interoperability between the different encoding methods. It convert the data from sender dependent format into a common format and exchange the common format into receiver dependent format at the receiving end. Encryption. Encryption is needed to maintain privacy. Encryption is a process of converting the sender transmitted information into another form and send the resulting message over the internet. Third, compression. Data compression is a process of compressing the data. It reduces the number of bits to be transmitted. Data compression is very important in multimedia such as text, audio, video. Application layer. An application layer serves as a window for user and application processes to access network services. It handles issues such as network transparency, resource allocation, etc. An application layer is not an application, but it performs the application layer function. This layer provides the network service to the end user. Function of application layer. First, file transfer, access, and management. An application layer allows a user to access the file in the remote computer, to retrieve the file from a computer, and to manage the file in the remote computer. Second, mail service. An application layer provides the facility for email forwarding and storage. Third, directory service. Third, directory service. An application provides the distributed database source and is used to provide that global information about various objects. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you have any questions or suggestions, drop them in the comment below. See you in the next video.